I'm actually, as you can see, remote, and I'm in the East Palestine High School Library. Let me just tell you a little bit about this community. The new year started off normally in East Palestine. It's a village of about 4,700 people. They just enjoyed Christmas, the annual Snowflake Festival in December. The third quarter of school started in late January. Parts have been cast for the high school musical, The Lion King Jr., that frankly my wife and I had the opportunity to watch a few days ago. And the athletic director was preparing to host 25 to 30 teams for the Bulldog Invitational track meet in April. The evening of February 3rd, 2023 started off really not unlike a lot of Friday nights that time of year in East Palestine. Parents and members of the community were gathered at the high school, cheering on the varsity boys basketball team at the Bulldogs home game against United High School Eagles from nearby Hanoverton. Girls varsity team had played against the Eagles just the night before. The backdrop, of course, to all things in East Palestine is the near constant rumble of trains running through the village. But the people of East Palestine are certainly used to that, and many don't even notice them anymore. That was until 8:55 that Friday night. At 8:55, life stopped being normal for everyone in this community. It stopped feeling safe when 38 cars of the Norfolk Southern freight train, carrying hundreds of thousands of pounds of hazardous material, hurtled off the track. Since then, I've visited the community a number of times and have had mothers tell me that they're afraid to let their children go outside in the grass to play. Some residents have told me about their bloody noses, their rashes, their coughs that they have developed, while others who don't have symptoms now ask, what's going to happen to me in 10 or 15 years? What's going to happen to my children? Some want to know if it's safe to plant a garden this spring. And if they do, will the vegetables be safe to eat? People wonder about their property values of their homes. And if they want to sell, will they ever be able to sell their homes? Businesses worry about, are they going to be able to stay afloat? Many people just wonder, will life ever return to normal? What is clear for all of East Palestine is this, that this has been a deeply traumatic experience for this wonderful community. While all the tests of the air and the soil and the water have thus far shown repeatedly that things are safe, fear remains. The people of East Palestine have told me that they want their community back. They want things to go back to the way they were before the train wreck. Members of the committee, Norfolk Southern has an obligation to restore this community. It was their train, their tracks, their accident. They're responsible for this tragedy. I want to thank Senator Vance, Senator Brown, the other co-sponsors of their bill, the Rail Safety Act of 2023. I want to also thank Congressman Johnson and Congresswoman Sykes for their bill, the Rail Act. I'm grateful the drafters, both bills included my request for a provision requiring that the rail carriers in the future be required to provide advance notification to state and local emergency responders about what these trains are in fact carrying. Let me go further. I urge the Senate and House to swiftly act to improve the safety of our railroads. Norfolk Southern must do everything in its power to put everything back as it was in East Palestine before 8:55 Friday, February 3rd. The people of this village have a right. They have a right to get their lives back. They have a right to get their community back and simply to get their peace of mind. Let me just add, if I could, one additional thing. Shortly after the derailment, I heard repeatedly from residents that they were concerned about their health. So we worked with the East Palestine community, with the health department and others, to create a clinic for the residents so they could be assessed immediately, so they could walk in and be cared for. We started that clinic shortly after this tragedy occurred. This morning in this library, I met with medical leaders from the East Liverpool City Hospital. And we are announcing today that we'll be making this clinic into a permanent clinic for the community. It's going to be a full-service clinic that will provide comprehensive care and treatment. Anybody can walk in, anyone can be treated. And this is a long-term commitment to the health of the people of East Palestine. They're worried about their future. They're worried about where things are going to be in 5 or 10 or 15 years. It's important that they be able to continue to get assessed. It's particularly important. I talked to the fire chief the other day, very, very concerned about the 300 responders, not just from East Palestine, but from all the areas into Pennsylvania who responded that night. They all need to be assessed. There needs to be established a baseline, and they need to be assured that in 5 years or 10 years, there's still a place where they can go. We look to the railroad. We look to the railroad to establish that fund. I've talked to the CEO who's testifying in just a moment. We believe that fund needs to be established. It needs to be large enough to give people the confidence they have that they're going to be protected in the future. Thank you so much for inviting me to testify, and I'm very, very grateful.